Hi, Scott. Can you introduce yourself and tell me more about Platform?
Yeah, absolutely. I am the Chief Operating Officer and shareholder, one of the founding partners of Platform Insurance. Platform is a boutique brokerage firm and specializes in the financing, surety, and insurance product segments, predominantly for construction and real estate development clients.
I know that culture is something that is so important to your business. Can you tell me about how this investment in culture is actually helping you grow and thrive, even though we're facing a lot of uncertainty right now?
Yeah, we've right from the onset of creating Platform, we've really focused on bringing in the best people. And everybody is invested in the success of the company. Everybody cares about each other and cares about our clients. And as a result of that, we've been able to grow at a really impressive pace over the last few months.
And can you tell me a bit more about the role of business development in Platform and in the culture and how you approach that?
Yeah, we all believe that business development is everybody's responsibility. And that means different things to different people. Some people in our company are more focused on sales and client relationships, but in many ways, everybody in the company deals with clients, has some aspect of service component to what they do in their jobs, and that in itself is business development and relationship building. So, our team, like I said, really cares about our clients and is authentic in those relationships. And because of that, what happens is, we have clients and we have prospective clients that understand and truly feel that we appreciate their business and that we understand what we're doing and they enjoy dealing with us. So they refer business to us, they help us to expand our networks, and that's been a key contributor to our growth thus far.
So I'm really curious about trust because it seems like everybody's hands in the pot of the client journey and the client satisfaction and the sales. And how do you manage that? And how do you make sure that people actually trust each other, that they're going to do the right thing all the time?
Yes, we all came from organizations in which trust was an issue, and there was a lot of bureaucracy as well that created those trust issues. So when we created Platform, and not only creating it, but this is a daily exercise and takes a lot of time and effort and focus to ensure that we're trying to do this properly, is to try to break down those bureaucratic barriers. I think it fundamentally goes back to, we spend a lot of time hiring and bringing on the right people. It's a people business. It's a culture focused business. And if we hire the right people, why wouldn't we trust them?
So is there something that you have, a process or a system to ensure that this works, or something baked into your culture?
I think a lot of it is just sort of self-governing, right? You understand that if somebody takes advantage of the vacation policy or some of the other flexibilities that we give them, it's probably not the policy that's the problem. It's probably the person or some kind of inherent cultural issue there where they don't fit with our core values. So it's not the fact that there is or isn't a vacation policy or a work from home policy in place. It's that person's individual attitude and how they care about their team that really is going to govern those decisions. And people like being treated like adults, and they like the trust that we all have with each other. And I think that the byproduct of that is better service and a better attitude and a more engaged workplace.
So I'm really curious about this concept that you've told me about called radical candor and how that shows up at platform and how you don't use the traditional yearly performance review system to manage and promote your talent. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, we still do have high level structure as far as career path development and accountability and measurement for those sorts of things. But again, one of the more bureaucratic processes that we came from in other companies was that people never really knew where they stood, and that created confusion when it would come to compensation adjustment time or time for a promotion in which the interests maybe didn't align. So what we tried to promote is we call it radical candor, but it's real-time feedback. It's good or bad, we're all in this together. There's opportunities to learn in every situation. We can always get better, even in positive situations. We debrief. We like to find better ways to do things. There's an environment of trust in which it's safe to fail. We're all in this together. Those are opportunities to learn and grow together. And I think when people can have that vulnerability and not worry about repercussions and know that they have a team and a management group that supports them, they are more willing to embrace that sort of feedback and to learn and grow it in a positive way from it.
I love that. Learn, grow, stay positive. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I always like to leave people with something they can take away, a mini baby step, a tiny action that they can do within 24 hours after they learn something new. So what can people do if they're like, yes, I love this idea of creating this beautiful culture of trust and accountability? What can people do as a first step if they want to learn more about it and start implementing it in their company?
Absolutely. I mean, we read a lot of this business theory. We studied it. We liked the principle of it. But how do you actually execute these things? One of the pieces of advice that I could give is to just get out of your comfort zone a little bit and to reach out to organizations. This is what we did early on, and we still do. Reach out to companies that we knew in our sector and other companies that were outside of even our industry segment that we admired their corporate cultures. And we just reached out to them, and we again were vulnerable, and we said we really admire what you're doing. Can you help us to understand, what it is that you're doing that helps you to retain and engage these employees and to make these top employer lists? And it's incredible how positive the feedback is in those situations. People are proud to tell you how they've grown their businesses and are proud to share their story with you. And you'll be surprised at how willing people will be to help you to to implement some of those process and be engaged in the success of your organization as well. So get out of your comfort zone, reach out to somebody that you don't know, and just ask them for their advice. You'll be pleasantly surprised, I can guarantee it.